It's incredible how one fairly minor change can completely undo the plans that we've had. The update to the black bear fur types has really changed the ultimate goal with our black bear grind. However, the way to get to that goal remains the same, and that is to pretty much keep shooting the male black bears until we can get a diamond of the fur type that we're after. Now before, we were looking for basically a color phase diamond, so a blonde or a cinnamon, or I guess even brown was another one of the fur types that you could get. However, now is kind of more of the common fur types. There are, I think, 3 of them. I think it's dark, black, and dusky. And originally, I thought a dusky diamond was going to be what I wanted, having seen the dusky fur type on a female black bear, but it seems that it actually is different between the males and the females. And my favorite fur type for the male black bears is actually just the black fur type. So the old common is essentially called dark now. Those still look good, but we have one of those in the trophy lodge. And I should also say, I believe cinnamon and blonde black bears are essentially rare now, but I don't know. I think I like the black fur type better, and we've talked about it a little bit on Mississippi, but we'll kind of take a look today as we're going around, and I'll explain what it is that I like so much about them. And who knows, I don't know if a pop reset would have been done on Silver Ridge Peaks for the black bear because of this change. There might be something good waiting on us already, or even just from our last kind of run through here probably a month or so ago. But 2 bears here to start with. We had a dusky fur type for the first one, and you can kind of see the face and the coloration on the face is essentially the same as the old commons. And that is what is kind of different with the dusky females. And I'm not sure what fur type this one is. Maybe we can see the difference right away. And yeah, this is the black fur type that ultimately I want to get a diamond of, just without the kind of brown or tan fur around the snout. They just look so cool to me, and I think the females, this is essentially what the dusky fur type looks like. And I want to say the black fur type is basically what we just saw on the other dusky. I think they're switched, and it could be that I just read them wrong. We'll have to maybe try to get one as we're going along today, but that is kind of the new goal for the black bear grind. I really want one of those. A diamond color phase would still be amazing and kind of borderline super rare. I'm not sure exactly how rare they are. And if we get one of those, we probably would end the grind, but I think that is kind of a different goal now with that diamond black fur type black bear. With the opportunity right in front of us, let's see if we can get that level 3 down. That, from the disturbed veg that we got, should be a dusky fur type, and man, it is nice to hunt them with the 300 again. It isn't really a reasonable weapon to carry on Mississippi, and we've shot a fair number of black bear hunting on that map, but usually that is with the 303, and obviously it does a pretty good job. But it sure is nice to have the extra power, but this should be the dusky fur type, and I'm curious if I've had it wrong this entire time or if it is actually different. And yeah, the male black bears for the dusky fur type have that kind of brown tan fur patch towards the end of the snout. That's so interesting that it's basically reversed. But this is pretty much what the black fur type looks like for the males. I actually like this better with some of the lighter fur towards the back, but I don't think you can get a diamond of that since it seems to be only a female fur type. But either way, good to know that I haven't been crazy the entire time. And yeah, now we'll try to get to some of the areas that seem to hold more male black bears. I've gotta say though, when you get so many black bears in one place, it's rather odd to see them all looking that similar, because we're used to seeing like the cinnamons and the blondes and the brown fur types all throughout, and when it's just kind of what I guess would just be the black and the dusky, and maybe some dark fur types in there too, it's a much different thing than we're used to with black bear hunting. But over here is where our males are. I don't even know if we can spot them all. A couple of smaller ones, and we almost... Do I have a tripod over here? I don't remember if I ever set that up. Yeah, we're not going to be able to shoot all 4. At least not if we want to keep that zone. And I'm not sure... The speed that black bears run off, I don't know that we could actually get 4 shots off anyway. But we are going to do our best to get... Well, we should be able to get 3, because as long as we don't bother with that one, this guy is still just kind of hanging out. And minus the fact that he went to lift his head when we shot. Oh, that is That is strange. Is that... The last one that we didn't shoot well, I don't know where it went. I guess... Yeah, he was starting to die. That is weird. That is so strange. Maybe that's a thing? And this one, by the way, it kind of fell down a little more normal. Just a lung shot on the Dark Fur type level 4. I think we actually shot a 4, 5, and a 6, but the circumstances surrounding those 3 bears were anything but normal, and I think this is going to be the other one that we just shot once. That was a left lung shot on a Dusky gold, so not too bad. But then what I want to know is, where for this bear was the first shot? Assuming that we did hit it twice, I'm nearly certain I saw the health start to drop right as we took the shot. And yeah, that was the black fur type, the one that we want. We had a skull shot because he kind of moved there. I've never ever seen an animal just go back to calm after being shot like that. I've also not seen them, dive into the water in that same way. That was rather strange. But, well, interesting way to wrap up this lake, I guess. It's been so long since our last black bear hunt that I really can't remember for sure, but I don't think we had any males at this lake. It was something that we were kind of working on. I want to say the last thing we did was shoot like maybe 3 or 4 female black bears here, and there is still kind of one hanging around. It may be worth trying to get that one as well. I don't know if it will make any difference since we got a male to spawn, but just for the sake of maybe trying it out, because this lake in the past, whether it's been in single player or multiplayer, I've seen like 15 black bears drinking at it, and it's a tiny little lake down here in the Silver Rides region. But for a long time it was kind of just female bears. We kind of started shooting them in hopes of getting some males to spawn, and there was obviously at least the one, and I'm hoping maybe there's going to be some more kind of moving in. And again, whether or not shooting that level 3 female helps that, I have no idea. But we have a black fur type gold this time. I really do like the look of that. You know what? I'm not sure if we've seen them in the trophy lodge. I'm going to go ahead and tax that just because it is a gold and we can maybe get a look at it. Holy, okay. That's a little bit better. I don't know where that was hiding. Not the best shot, but what I've had a lot of success doing with any kind of bolt action rifle with bears is kind of taking what is often not the best shot when they're running past like that, and then just in their sort of animation, the hit animation, getting a better follow-up in there. Now that is a dark fur type, so kind of glad that wasn't a level 9. But yeah, managed a intestine shot on the first and a nice double lung, maybe spinal cord, at least vertebrae on the follow-up, but 21.5, not the biggest mythical ever. Interesting kind of time to take that shot, but that was nice to see. We haven't had a big male bear here, regardless of whether there was a male here or not last time. It's by far still the biggest we've had in forever. I realized on our way over here that we missed a very important part of this run. It was up in the Tufons region, and we're gonna have to go back and give that a look. So if we can, had a heck of a time recovering from that recoil. I'd like to get both of these bears. I would say that was probably a hit. Hard to say if it was actually a good one, but anyway, the part of the run that we missed was basically this half of the lake. What we should have done was claim these bears and then run around this side and shoot the ones that would be drinking over here that would have been invisible when we spawned at the tent. That is why it's placed there, and I guess that's kind of what I get for not doing a black bear run for so long. But yeah, once we go and claim our, hopefully 2 from down in this area, although the blood doesn't look that good. Is that him? It might be. Kind of hard to say. If it was him, we'll find out very soon. But then we can go back up and hit that last spot that we are missing. The 300 once again doing pretty good, at least with the close range shots. And this one we only shot once. So I'm not really sure if that other level 5 went down. We can track him and see. this should be him. Or no, that's the 5. I guess he didn't go that far. An advantage, I suppose, of using the 300. So then actually, the level 6, we didn't end up hitting that well. I'm not sure how. I guess our shot was just too high. And we just went straight down through the vertebrae. Crazy we didn't actually get the spinal cord there, but it would have been a silver anyway. Although the black fur type once again. But now we can kind of go up and check that other area. It is unfortunately kind of the beginning of mountain lion drink time, but that usually doesn't matter. The mountain lions will spook black bears, but they kind of rest in the same area they drink here, so it doesn't make too much difference when we go. We may just have to kind of be quick with our decisions. So clearly, we were missing out by not going into this area, but minus the 1 mythical there, it's a bunch of level 5s and a 4. So I think the way to do this, and we do have a tripod here, but maybe for the sake of trying to get as many as we can, that mythical's kind of down and away from the others. Take that shot kind of early. That one's probably going to spook, but I think the rest are going to hang around. So we'll get up into the tripod and try to get those. And by the way, because we can use the tripod, we can get the level 5 that we had to leave here last time. And especially since we kind of removed some of the hunting pressure by shooting the other bears, basically by forgetting about half of this spot, we're not really at any risk of getting too much pressure. So that will be 2 bears down already. I don't know if we can get all 3. This kind of goes back to the same thing earlier. It can be tough not only to deal with the 300's recoil, but also just to get bears before they flee, because they tend to run pretty quickly, although if they kind of go on their hind legs it can be better. That first shot wasn't ideal, and I don't know if the second hit, but it should bring it down. I actually thought, and I don't remember which level it was. Now, there's one in there. It's just kind of standing on its hind legs, so we didn't spook it. I thought it might hang around. If we just kind of sit here a minute, it should come back out in the open. Oh, that's actually a 7. I don't know where that one was hiding, but that's a bonus one. By the way, there's another random level 5 just kind of working its way up there. Don't really know where that one was, but I was getting ready to use the 22 strat and shoot near him, but then he just decided to drink in his nervous state up there, so 1 extra bear even still. And I guess the good thing is, by the time we get all the way over to that side and claim him, the one that we hit kind of poorly when it was standing on its hind legs may be down by then. I can't tell if that's another one standing. I guess it was just the leaves there, but we should be pretty much down to just tracking and claiming a couple. I do have to say though, it's kind of unfortunate the amount of level 5s we've seen. I mean, that's been the vast majority, and a few 6s, a 7, and a couple of 8s definitely help, but I feel like, I don't know, level 6 is kind of more what you see for like the average black bear. We had a lot of lower level 1s today, and apparently part of the problem was the render glitch coming back into play, and I'm sure the fast travel caused that. I assume that was our mythical. That would be the case, and it was a Dusky, so not too bad a deal with the fact that that was not the fur type that we're after once again. We had a dark and a Dusky mythical today. No black fur type ones there, and hopefully the game's just saving a, higher level black fur type one for later on, but there should be one that we hit kind of poorly down somewhere. Is this high bleed rate not from the mythical? It should be. I don't know why the tracks doesn't disappear. I kind of think that is a thing, actually, with the kind of render glitch thing. When they disappear, the tracks stay. This should be the blood we're looking for, though. And actually, it had the same thing happen. No wonder that we couldn't see any of the bears laying around. It was a 16.7. It was a silver. I think there might be another one around. I don't know. If we send Rascal to track, he might try to track the blood down there from the mythical. I hope we can figure this out. It does help when the bodies are actually visible. and that would have been the one that we were actually after. Not the best shot, but fortunately with the power of the 300, we were able to bring it down. So honestly, not a bad run out here on Stillbirch Peaks. Got a pretty good number of black bear for the time that we spent. A couple of good sized ones, a lot of small ones, but hopefully as we kind of continue on, hopefully not only in getting respawns but trying to relearn this route, we can get a diamond to spawn in fairly soon, and we'll see if we can get that to happen. Maybe it'll be the fur type that we're after. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.